In this video, I'll take a look at two very forgiving fairway woods from two of the biggest brands for 2024. Callaway Paradym AI Smoke up against the TaylorMade Qi10 Max. Big footprints, easy to launch, very forgiving. That's what the claims are. We're going to test them in this video. Okay, so take a quick look at the two fairway woods to kick things off. So we've got the Callaway. It's the AI Smoke, as we see their new range of fairway woods, drivers and irons. And we've got the Max D. So this is their largest footprint, most forgiving option of the three models that they offer. Then in the TaylorMade, we've got the Qi10 Max. So matching up with the Max driver, that was a huge footprint. Again, we've got an oversized, huge footprint of a 3-wood here. So again, ease of use and more forgiveness. So currently lots of comparison videos coming to the channel. So if you're not subscribed, appreciate you just consider hitting that subscribe button, ring the bell while there, and then you will not miss a video going forward. If there's any videos you want to see, just post them in the comments down below. So we're going to kick things off. We'll start with the TaylorMade to start off with. Both of these are 3 woods. The TaylorMade comes as standard at a 16 degree for a fairway wood. So it has got that 1 extra degree of loft than what they would normally offer in the standard fairway wood. So again, just trying to help you get that launch a little bit easier. There's no adjustability in the neck sleeve and there's no movable weight on the actual head itself. So it pretty much is what it is. There's no adjustability at all. Now into this sort of playing position, it's pretty big. Now it's an oversized and it's a 200cc size head, which is big for a fairway wood. Typically a fairway wood's probably around the 170 to 190 maybe area. So this is quite a large footprint. So very shallow on the head, obviously stretched back to create that big footprint. So I think anything where a fairway wood gets into this shape, generally I would find golfers will find it a lot easier to launch. So I'm going to hit all of these golf balls off the ground, relatively tight lie on this mat. Okay, and that's clipped away quite nicely to start off with. Pretty high visual on that ball flight, say 16 degrees, so I've got that touch more loft. The Callaway is going to come in at 15, so very, very similar on the lofts, to be honest. Again, fraction low, but very, very straight ball flight. Yeah, a little bit on the higher side. So, as I say, I think for a lot of golfers, see, I'm blessed with a little bit of speed. So, most golfers don't have that speed. So, hitting a fairway wood from the ground, there's two key things you really sort of need to have to get this a fairway wood sort of flighted, and that's a bit of speed and a good ball strike. Now, not all of us have the speed, so the help in these types of head are absolutely crucial to get that ball sort of flighted, because many times you find golfers will hit 5 woods further than 3 woods, and that's purely because there's a bit more loft. They can get the 5 wood flighted and then they get that extra distance from that. So I think anything which gives you that little bit of help, which this definitely looks like, I mean, it's very confident sparring down by the ball, big footprint, as I say. And I think whenever a fairway wood sits like a low profile, it just looks like you can get underneath it. Okay, and that's a tester. That is in the heel of the golf club. That wasn't a good strike at all. And that's gone relatively straight. I've dropped a little bit of ball speed there, but that has still gone very straight. So very similar looks to what we see with the family of the Qi10 in terms of the driver. So we've got a little bit of a faint carbon sort of just showing through, but really faint. You don't really sort of see it in that playing position. So it just looks more like a plain gloss black top to it, just a T logo as an alignment aid. And then we've got this laser etched white top of the club face there, which just separates the crown to the club face, helps a little bit with alignment. Now, this is the Max version, and a little bit like the driver, it does sit a little bit toed in. So it's a little bit closed appearance at address, which I know will help a lot of golfers out there. Okay, that was a better strike. Touch up that left-hand side. A little bit of a pull from me, but that was a better ball strike. The height is there. So we've got a slightly thinner hosel on this, which is saving weight, moving that into a lower and deeper CG placement in this particular club. Again, helping with that sort of launch and ease of flight. We've got speed pocket on the bottom there, right behind the club face. So any sort of low in the face strikes, it will help to get that little bit of that maybe flex in there to keep that ball speed on those low misses. And that's a typical miss on a fairway wood, I would say, especially when you're hitting a lot from the fairway. Okay, and again, that wasn't absolutely flush. That was a little bit on the toe, so I'm definitely scattering it around this club face a little bit with this TaylorMade, so I'm testing that forgiveness levels, and that's not bad. It's not a huge drop off there. Holding its line relatively well on the ball flight. So as I mentioned, we've got this carbon crown, this infinity crown, so this laps over there now, so more carbon on the top, again saving weight, redistributing that low in the club face. We've got the V-sole technology here that we've seen in many of TaylorMade's fairway woods going back a number of years now, and we've got the twist face on the club face itself, just helping on those slight misses. Yeah, and quite a nice high flight. So I think if you're looking for that fairway wood to get up and away from maybe different types of lies we get faced with on the golf course, this could be a great option for you. So availability wise, in the Max version, we've got the 3 wood, as I say, comes in at 16 degrees. We've got 5 wood and then also a 7, and they're available in both right and left hand. So switching now over into the Callaway. So the Paradym AI Smoke, and this is the Max D. Again, we've got 4 different fairway wood models. We've got the Fast, which I think would be quite a niche product. We've got Triple Diamond, the standard Max, and then we've got this Max D. So this is the most forgiving one, again, so up against that Qi10 Max. Now, Callaway's biggest talking point is this AI smart face. So using now multiple shot data from hundreds of thousands of golfers, they are changing the face as per the model of the fairway wood, and done the same with the driver as well. So we've got multiple sort of sweet spots in and around that sort of center of the golf club as well. So your misses are essentially what Callaway's saying is keeping that ball speed up and getting that distance even on those non-perfect strikes. We've got a very sort of marbly grey effect on the bottom. I quite like that. It's quite different. And then we've got that very sort of carbon showing through with a front solid section which is grey and the white grooves coming through. Again, nice footprint. It's not as big as the TaylorMade behind that golf ball as the size of the head, but it is definitely still a low profile sitting golf club. So it does look like you can get this up and away. Again, I think when it sits low like that, it just gives you that little bit of confidence. All right, that's low in the face. It was bullet straight. Just peeling a fraction, but very low on that club face. That'll be a little bit of a tester. Now also the D on Max D stands for draw, so there's a draw bias golf club here. Now when you look at the sole of the golf club, there isn't like a weight all the way into the heel or anything like that, so it doesn't look a draw fairway wood from the sole of the golf club, but the lie angle is, as standard, a little bit more upright. So obviously that's just trying to help that club face plane tilt, pointing a little bit more towards the left of target, to help anybody who slices it to try and square that club face up. Now sitting it in its playing position, it doesn't sit toed in, which is quite refreshing. So it's a neutral sitting golf club, but with some draw bias helping through that lie angle. And obviously we've got adjustability in the neck sleeve, which we didn't get with the TaylorMade. It's a better strike, slightly up the left-hand side. So that adjustability there, we can change that loft up and down, just gives us a little bit of range of movement that we can put into this golf club. Really like the way this sort of sits. I was a massive fan of the smoke driver, you know, that beautiful carbon, gloss carbon shows through. It was a mixed reviews on my comment section with the driver. Some didn't like it, some really liked it. So the carbon chassis has changed a little bit and has reduced. So it's still strong, but there's less of it, so that saved 24 grams of weight, which has obviously, as we know, gets repositioned. 12 grams goes into this blue weight that we can see that is low and forward to try and sort of push that CG forward, and then we've got a 12 gram weight, which doesn't look like a weight, but it's a 12 gram weight positioning at the back of the sole of the club, which is obviously helping with the forgiveness. So really consistent with them. I must start in all of these just up that left-hand side there now, but that was a little bit of a better strike, so I've just got some better ball speed there, creeping out to that 260 mark, which is good. Nice shot, just counteracting my little little pull there now with one that's slightly up that right hand side, but not by much. So the availability in the Max D from the Callaway, we've got a 3 wood, which obviously what I'm hitting here. We also have a 3HL, which is essentially a bit like a 4 wood loft, so 16.5 degree. Then we've got a 5 wood and a 7 wood. So a few more offerings there from Callaway. Yeah, that's nice. Good solid feel, great sound to that as well. I would say, you know, with that carbon on there, but very consistently up that left, maybe that lie angle does make a bit of an impact. Doesn't suit me personally, that's why these are going probably a little bit up that left hand side, but I understand how that can benefit so many golfers out there. If you're struggling with that left to right slice as a right-handed golfer, this will help you to try and square this club face up. So post comments down below, let me know your thoughts between those 2 golf clubs. Appreciate you watching the videos as always, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.